You already know that throughout history, countless creatures have walked this earth. But the ones you're about to see weren't discovered until just before they vanished. When cameras became widely available in the 1800s, humanity finally had proof of what lived in the world's most remote places. In today's video, I'm going to show you the last photos ever taken of 7 mysterious animals nobody has ever seen again. Number 7. Zanzibar leopard. Imagine a predator so elusive, some locals believed it was controlled by witches. The Zanzibar leopard lived only on Zanzibar Island off the coast of Tanzania. Its pale, dusty coat helped it blend into the island's dry scrubland. Smaller than mainland leopards, but just as deadly. It hunted wild pigs, monkeys, and anything else it could catch. For centuries, it lived in balance with the island's ecosystem. But fear changed everything. In 1960, the Tanzanian government launched a campaign to eliminate these leopards. Locals believed the cats were dangerous, so bounties were offered. Hunters swept through the forests. By the late 20th century, the species was declared extinct. The last confirmed sighting came in 1990. But in 2003, a National Geographic team claimed to have filmed one. The footage sparked hope, but scientists never confirmed it. That grainy clip remains the only evidence that something might still be out there. Was it truly the last Zanzibar leopard, or just a shadow in the forest? Number 6. Mongolian deathworm. At first glance, this sounds like folklore, but nomads in the Gobi Desert have feared this creature for centuries. They call it Olgoi korkoi, which means intestine worm. Witnesses describe it as thick as a man's arm, about 2 to 5 feet long, bright red, and always buried in sand. According to local stories, it attacks without warning. Some say it spits acid that burns skin. Others claim it can electrocute prey from a distance. Scientists dismissed these tales for years, but explorers kept searching. In the 1920s, paleontologist Roy Chapman Andrews heard the stories while digging for dinosaur fossils. He took them seriously enough to investigate. Then in 2005, a Czech expedition captured what they claimed was the creature. The photo shows a long, fleshy worm half buried in desert sand. Experts analyzed it. Some said it was just a rare snake. Others argued its anatomy didn't match any known species. The mystery deepened when locals insisted no snake behaves like the death worm. That single photo is all we have. Since then, no expedition has found another. A chilling reminder that the desert still hides things we can't explain. Number 5. Thylacine. This wasn't just a mysterious animal. It was real, documented, and filmed. Better known as the Tasmanian tiger, it looked like a dog with tiger stripes, but it was actually a carnivorous marsupial. For thousands of years, it thrived in Australia. Then humans introduced dingoes, which pushed it off the mainland. Only Tasmania remained safe. But even there, fear sealed its fate. Farmers believed thylacines killed sheep. Therefore, the government offered bounties. Between 1888 and 1909, over 2,000 were slaughtered. By the early 20th century, only a handful survived. The last known thylacine was a female held in Hobart Zoo. She was filmed in 1933, pacing nervously in her cage. That haunting footage shows her struggling to stay on her feet. She died on September 7, 1936. The final photo of this exhausted animal was taken shortly before her death, but the story didn't end there. Since 1936, thousands of people have reported sightings. Grainy photos surface every few years. Expeditions search remote Tasmanian forests. Yet no one has ever captured solid proof. Could a few still be hiding, or is it just wishful thinking? Number 4. Mokele Mbembe. Deep in the Congo Basin, tribal groups speak of a creature that stops the flow of rivers. They call it Mokele Mbembe and describe it as a living dinosaur. Witnesses say it's 15 to 30 feet long, with a long neck and elephant-shaped body. Its skin is smooth, gray-brown, and it feeds on a plant called malombo. For decades, cryptozoologists searched for it. In 1980, a fisherman claimed he saw a long neck rise from the water. he managed to snap a photo. The image shows a dark shape moving through murky river water. Experts argued about what it could be. Some said a giant python. Others suggested a monitor lizard. But locals insisted it was Mokola mbembe. The problem is simple. If a dinosaur truly survived here, fossils should exist in the region. Scientists have found none. Therefore, the mystery deepens. That photo remains the closest thing to proof anyone has ever captured. A glimpse of something unexplained, hidden in one of Earth's last wild places. Number 3. Ningen. Imagine a creature so strange, sailors refuse to talk about it. The ningen is said to haunt the icy waters of Antarctica. Japanese fishermen first reported it in the 1990s. They described a massive, pale humanoid figure, about 20 to 30 feet tall, with smooth white skin and human-like limbs. Some claimed it had fingers. Others said it looked more like a whale, but with a disturbingly human face. At night, it supposedly surfaces near ships, staring at crews before vanishing back underwater. In 2007, a photo surfaced online. It shows a large white mass floating near an Antarctic research vessel. The shape looks almost human, with what appears to be arms and a torso. Scientists quickly dismissed it as an iceberg or a partially decomposed whale, but the fishermen who saw it up close insist it moved deliberately. Expeditions have searched for it. Underwater drones have scanned the area, yet nothing conclusive has ever been found. That single eerie photo is all we have. A frozen moment capturing something that shouldn't exist. Number 2. Chupacabra. First reported in Puerto Rico in 1995, this creature became a nightmare for farmers. Witnesses described it as reptilian, about 3 to 4 feet tall, with gray leathery skin and glowing red eyes. It moved on 2 legs, but left behind a trail of dead animals. Goats, chickens, and sheep were found drained of blood, with puncture wounds in their necks. Fear spread across Latin America. Sightings multiplied in Mexico, Texas, and parts of South America. In 2000, a rancher in Texas claimed to have found one dead on his property. The photo shows a hairless, dog-like creature with sharp teeth and elongated limbs. Scientists examined the body. DNA tests revealed it was a coyote suffering from severe mange, a disease that causes hair loss and deformity. But many refused to accept that explanation. Farmers insisted the chupacabra attacks were too systematic, too deliberate. Since then, more photos have surfaced. Each one shows a similar creature, twisted and unnatural. That first image remains the most famous. A reminder that fear and mystery sometimes outlive the truth. Number 1. Giant squid. For centuries, sailors spoke of sea monsters with tentacles as long as ships. They called them kraken, creatures that could drag entire vessels down into the abyss. Scientists dismissed these stories as myths. Until 1873, off the coast of Newfoundland, fishermen hauled up something massive, a giant squid, dead but intact. It measured over 30 feet long. That discovery changed everything. For decades, only dead specimens were found. But in 2004, Japanese researchers Tsunemi Kubodera managed to capture the first live photo deep in the Pacific Ocean. The image shows a colossal squid attacking bait at a depth of 3,000 feet. Its tentacles stretched out like cables, its eye larger than a dinner plate. Since then, only a handful of sightings have been recorded. Most occur at depths beyond human reach. The creature remains almost invisible. That 2004 photo is the clearest proof we have of a living giant squid. A reminder that the ocean's depths still hold creatures we barely understand. And that was the end. These photos capture something rare. Proof of life just before it disappears. Whether extinct or simply hidden, these creatures remind us how little we truly know. If you enjoyed this video, check out this next one and subscribe if you don't want to miss what's coming.